Cancel 5 of them. Give us the law and just find your answer. Yes, cancel Rebecca. 1, you give us 1. Consummation. That's 1. It's under the law, not so. Then 2. It is a grant for divorce. How? Okay, denial of conjugal is a grant plurality. Then you turn the other way around. You make the 3rd point as adultery. Yes.
How is adultery an importance?
Yes. Hey. Because once you see that your partner had conjugal rights with another woman, isn't it a grant for divorce? Okay. Guys, that's not under the law. Okay. Now, guys, so let me give you one. It's a simple one. Okay. It goes. Okay. Jennifer, your long-term friend. Wait, shall we? Hola. Okay. Jennifer, your long-term friend, gotten married to her dream husband, Kanyamunyu Matthew. However, she informs you that Kanyamunyu is a very busy man. When they went for the honeymoon, he was extremely tired and nothing happened. However, very early in the morning, she tried waking him up so that they can do something. He received an emergency call to go back for his official duties. They have been together for 2 months now. However, ever since that day, Kanyamunyu has never come back home. She feels irritated. Please advise. She feels irritated with this marriage. Please advise.
Well, there was no marriage. Marriage, there must be confirmation. The day of the wedding.
Council is saying there was no marriage due to failure to consummate marriage. So what remedies are available? Divorce. So can you divorce something which never existed? Can you divorce the marriage you say that never existed? Yeah. Council. Mediation. Okay. The moment you've entered, you have a burning question. Kindly proceed from there where we stopped. Okay. The question goes, okay, he has his long-time friend who gotten married to Kanyamunyu. Kanyamunyu is a busy man who got extremely tired on the wedding day, and when they went for honeymoon, nothing happened. Okay. In the morning, she tried waking him up so that something can take place. However, he received an emergency and he disappeared like the virtues. From that day, he has never returned home. She feels she is irritated with this marriage. Okay? They have spent 2 months. She wants a remedy from you. the celebrated advocate from the Tony Hoffman Center. That's how you're talking next week, but one. Uh-huh. Schwarzer remit.
The husband hasn't come back.
For 2 months, they are married. Okay. What are the grounds for judicial separation?
Under section 4.
Okay.
Quality will be my point of argument. Quality can be physical, psychological, can be holding sexual intercourse is a form of quality. And I'll discuss that in line with the case of Ayarimana versus Ayarimana.
You are in Oros Council.
Time over.
Okay. Yes, Council.
To begin with, there's no marriage between the parties. To the effect that there's no consummation. Consummation. Yes. So the advice here would be, I would advise her there's no marriage between the parties. 2, she would not qualify to have a remedy in court based on the circumstances. I would advise them to marry again.
Okay. Now,
when the boss submit.
On the face of it, remember the facts say that they got married. So on the face of it, for us who are out here, we think they gotten not so. So now she has to put it clear that they never gotten married. So what is the appropriate answer? On the face of it, this marriage existed. Okay. So the petition for senility. Because on the face of it, the marriage looks to be valid, but something paramount is missing to validate this marriage, which is consummation. Okay.
Consummation must still take place. Yes. I am aware it must. But we are the relation. We're not married, we cannot be consummated up to 1 year.
Counsel, she has told you she feels irritated with this. Emutami. So while it is a ground for divorce, where the marriage was totally valid. Okay, wait. Hola. Okay. Question 2. Answer. Before you is the mother of Asiya. May Allah be pleased with her and grant her Jannah to the house. Allahumma min ya Rabbi. Let me use another example actually. Okay. Before you is a mother of Jessica. Jessica has what we call diminished responsibility. Okay. However, her mother informed you that a one-wanded attorney had sexual intercourse with her and she conceived. She is pregnant. She has 2 options for Tony. Either to marry the daughter or to get imprisoned for life. But she feels better if Tony marries her daughter. Okay? Jessica is suffering from diminished responsibility. Okay, proceed from there, counsel. Give this woman what recourse should be taken. Yes, counsel. Yeah. Okay, proceed. It is okay. We are learning.
My name is Bida from BC. As per the facts above, the child, this lady suffers from diminished responsibility.
Do you understand what diminished responsibility is? A disease of mind.
So therefore, she's unable to give consent to marriage.
But the mother is there.
The mother is there and can give consent. But this lady cannot get into marriage against her will. Because already she's in that stage, she's suffering. This man is there who has already committed a crime against her. And again, the same person can be the one married. Because she has no idea what is taking place. She's sick. So
what remedy is available?
The remedy available to Mama is this person is punished under the law. Then two, Mama cannot give consent on behalf of the daughter. So the marriage cannot take place.
Any other opinion? Not Islamically, legal. We are looking at what full capacity to contract a marriage. Marriage should be between persons of sound mind. So she's suffering from diminished responsibility. She can't contract a marriage. Okay.
Okay, tell us.
What is the remedy? What is the remedy?
No marriage should take place. Mama should take care of her baby. Okay, then another set of facts. Okay, Janet has just joined university. She's a very bright student who has never repeated any class. Okay, she's aged 21 years old. Okay, however, she's coming from a staunch Christian family, and she believes in no sex before marriage. She has seen one of her dream. She has seen her dream, the man of her dreams. Okay, and she intends to get married to him. Advise her on what she should put into consideration before getting married.
One, you should put into consideration the age of the man. You should put into consideration the prohibited degrees and the consanguinity.
Yes, okay, that's
You should put into consideration capacity, the state of mind of the man. She should be. She's very good judge. She's established. So I'm still looking at before we go for the notice.
underline the 21 years. There is a reason why we say 21 years. Read the act. Okay? 21 years. And where marriage is, where one of the persons getting married is 21 years. 18, between 18 and 21, consent of the guardian. Okay? That's what I told you, she's at campus. You know how campus treats people. So let's share. Aha. Mama ya mani. Okay? 21. That's what, whenever they give you and they said something, there is a reason. Okay? Always think around that. Okay? I summarize. Are you married? Yes? Let me ask your neighbor. Okay? Your neighbor. Aisha, assalamu alaikum. Are you married? What kind of man would you wish to get married to?
I think I'm single to be now.
Every day here. You said you're married. One more. Mana, you guys listen. She's giving, okay, what she wants. So, whoever has qualifies, she's single. Okay? Council, proceed. What kind of man, okay, would you wish to get married to? Okay, the things you looking at and say, John, no single car. One. Yes, the things, okay, the qualities of a man that you wish to get married to. Financial status.
Rich baby girl.
Another one. The age. Should not be so old. So, what about Jim? Okay. Be okay for now. Okay. Members online. Council. Whom should I go from? Council Monica. What qualities of a man would you wish to get married to? We are listening, eh?
A God-fearing man.
Yes, Council?
A God-fearing man.
One, a God-fearing man. Another one.
Basically, that's it.
Yes.
That's it, a God-fearing man.
So for us, she says, everything is in one principle, God-fearing man. Mukatonda amagezi mugakola ki? Council, what characteristics of a man?
One, a man should be fit, right? You should have a 7.8 chest. You should have a 3-inch haircut. You should have particular teeth. You should have proceeding. This is my man.
Now, let me be honest with you. Okay? Let me be honest. Members, listen. Okay? Members, listen. Let's get back. All of you paid the question. Okay? That is the question for orals. They want requirements.
I'm bringing all this. I will
Okay? First impression, great everlasting. So they are looking at, okay, what we call prerequisites of a valid. One, should be of majority age, should be of sound mind, not in prohibited degrees, not married. So now, I don't know the answers you've been giving us.
I want a provider.
Okay, so you get it. Okay, members, let's get back. Okay, you get it. So whatever question they ask in orals, don't take it slightly. Think between lines. Okay? Think between lines. Okay? The last question before we start, okay, because wanted to cover marriages, then we go to separation and divorce, so that tomorrow we do children. Okay? Another question. This goes to Cancer Zawi. Council advise us on section 26 of the Succession Act. Section 27, sorry, of the Succession Act. '27. Consider the act. Facilitate the act. Okay. Section 27 of the Succession Act. Okay. So it basically deals with exactly. So they want to talk about distribution of property. Okay. Okay. It was amended. Yeah. Okay. So you look at amendment. Okay. Then another question. You are the RSA of Umbiji. The file has been forwarded to you for perusal and advice police, okay, on areas that require further investigations. This is farming, okay? This is farming, okay? The facts are as here under. The complainant is a beneficiary from the estate of the late Zirintusa Samuel. He claims that their elder brother, without any justifiable reason whatsoever, transferred all the land into his names, and he has been selling the entire estate. None of the beneficiaries has benefited from the sale. Okay? You as the RSA, what advice would you give police? You as the RSA, okay? This is a family matter, remember. These are beneficiaries from the estate of their late father, okay? So what advice would you give? Yes?
They are beneficiaries of the estate of their late father. What they could do a citation where they return the letters of administration.
We are not sure that. Have I talked about letters? We don't know. The file is as plain as I've told you. They want you to read it. You advise police on things to do.
And advise police to do further investigations.
On
Ascertain whether there were letters of administration.
Yes.
That were granted. Then, if so, letters of administration were granted. Let the police go to the court that issued them and verify if it's true that they are existing. Then I would also advise police to check with the office of the administrator general to find out which people attended the various meetings that gave birth to letters of administration. I would also I think those are the best practices.
okay. Yes, Council had an opinion. So what would be your position? Yes, Council. This manages the estate, the administrator or the executor. Okay, so whenever you're giving advice, okay, be open-minded. Say everything that can save your client. You tell them to do investigations to ascertain whether this person had authority. If this person had authority and he did what we call mismanagement, so which offense would you refer? He said, I would recommend the offense of mismanagement of the estate of the deceased. He said, if I find out that these guys have no letters, I would sanction the offense of intermeddling with the estate of. So don't leave room. Speak whatever comes to you. Okay? Yes? Okay? Just leave that. Okay? Because the offense always has a punishment. Okay? It is in the penal code, you can, not in the succession act. Okay? It's also there. So you'll mark that. Okay. Then you are the RSA still. Okay? No, assume you are counsel. Okay? You are counsel. Okay? In private practice. You've received instructions in a criminal matter where a one Barige, aged 10 years, has been charged with the offense of aggravated robbery. What legal opinion would you give in such circumstances? You are counsel in private practice, okay? You are counsel in private practice. You've received the instructions, okay, where a one Barige, aged 10 years, is charged with aggravated robbery. Proceed. Aged 10 years. What legal opinion would you give in such circumstances?
That means, first of all, when they give on the file, they should be for his protection. Then he should not, while he's being tried, he should not be handled like the other adults. And then also,
Some of the Children's Act.
And then also, while if he is to be remanded, he should not be put to
Why are you putting your hands up? Why it can't submit? Yes, counsel. Okay. Counsel Rebecca, you had an opinion. Stop there. The guy was aged 10. He has no criminal liability. So that charge sheet is defective. They have charged someone who is not criminally liable. Counsel, you're laughing, yeah? Hey, that is the law. Okay. Then, Counsel been wanting to answer. Okay. Give us 4 penalties. Okay. Or 4 modes of convictions that are supposed to be given to a juvenile.
They can do community work.
Community work.
Yeah.
Community service. The second one.
A kid can be imprisoned, taken, 6 months.
Can so proceed to time.
Yeah, this kid can be detained in juvenile, not exceeding 3 years, for factual offences. 3, punishment, no fine. The parent can pay a fine. 4, cancel the employment.
We want 5. The question asked for 5. Okay, the last one.
That was the last
They gave you one
one.
called a portion. Okay, Bonochi Dam. Me, I was in Nakawa court one day. It was an offense of it was a defilement case. Aggregated, yes, yeah, it was defilement, was plain defilement, it was aggregated. Okay, the girl was 14, the boy was 16. Okay, now remember, the right offense would have been child to child sex, but the prosecutor preferred the charge when they didn't amend the charge. So, you know what made my day? When the two were brought to court, the magistrate asked the girl. The girl was pregnant, to make matters worse. Okay? So they asked her, do you know the cost of being pregnant? She said, yes. What do you want? Stay with my man. The boy also came. They told him, do you know the expense of getting someone pregnant? He said, yes. So the magistrate was like, how ready are you? He said, I'm going to leave school. I work. Then they asked him, where are you going to work? I'll do any work that comes by. The magistrate looked at both of us and said, now. Then they called the parents. To make matters worse, the mom of the girl said, it is okay. I have forgiven him. I'll take care of my daughter. But however, the parent, we should join hands as parents. Then they called the father. The father said, me over my dead body is no longer my daughter. Okay? She's no longer my daughter. I can take care of her when she is not pregnant. So let her choose from here. And I'm leaving her here if she's pregnant. Hello. Okay, so the magistrate realized that the man had no sense at all. So the man was put out of business. So the two mothers from both sides and the children were taken for portion. So the punishment was portion. Yes? Child 6. The penal code. Okay? So are we together? So now, whenever you're getting these questions, think widely. Everything concerning children. They asked me, have you ever heard of duties of children? Duties, not rights. Duties of children. Yes. I shall give us 5. You said yes. 1. Duties of children. 1. That's 1. Some primary. Don't speak like a lawyer. What if they change and say speak like a lawyer only before banning? And she says speak like a lawyer. Speak English. What is the name? So the first one is to obey lawful orders of their parents. That's the first one. Okay. Then two. Then two.
Domestic work, like work.
Mhm.
To their parents.
To attend school. To attend school. Why? You know that even boarding section is a constitutional right.
Social aspect.
Do you have the constitution?
I have it in my case.
Read Article 26. No, Article. No, the article that talks about personal liberty. Article 23. Down at the end, the law says you can be. Okay. This because it gives circumstances under which the right to liberty can be limited for educational purposes. That's the law that establishes boarding schools. So we went on in boarding without knowing where it comes from. That's why you going out of that gate, you need permission. No, so you're like in a prison here. You first get bail or police bond. Okay, so it's your duty and obligation as well to go to attend school, to obey lawful orders. Then another one, two. Yes, that is a duty to help out parents.
A child is also under 18. What church?
Okay.
Not the most.
Okay. Depends. Okay. So, we shall get there. Okay. So, the duty to be patriotic because they are citizens as well. Okay. So, let's close that chapter. We've been enlightening our minds. Okay. Pola. So, yesterday we covered two categories of marriages. That was the Muhammadan marriage and the customary marriage. So today I want us to look at the two categories of marriage. There are three actually. Okay, categories of marriages, and we see. Then after we look at duties and obligations that accrue as a result of marriages. Then we look at all remedies when those duties have been breached. Okay, because people are fond of breaching their duties in marriage. Okay, yes. So we shall look at what is commonly known as church marriages. Okay, there is a thin line between church and civil marriages. Yesterday we said that whenever you are looking at marriages, understand what we call specific prerequisites. Those things you're supposed to look at first to enter into that marriage, because we have what we call the general prerequisites and then the specific prerequisites. Not at all times these marriages should be the same. The specific prerequisites in Muhammadan marriages are not the same in church, are not the same in civil marriages. So when you are looking at church, what is that specific prerequisite that you should put into consideration? Pastor Janet. Okay, that's specific, that if it is church, the rest, but this one, church marriages, the prerequisites, things you look at before you say you're going in for this marriage. One. Those are general. Want as a person, the things we look at.
If other partner is not married.
So the first prerequisite is not being in any subsisting marriage whatsoever. Ovetia, we don't want any subsisting marriage. You should be single and searching. You don't sing and contented or you have a star. Okay? They are here. Me, I see them. Someone not you. Me, I'm just giving you salam. Okay? You get it. So the first prerequisite. Okay? Then do we have any other prerequisite? That is the specific why that marriage doesn't deal with married people. You marry once and die from there. Okay? Okay? So then after, we presume that after that you add on the other prerequisites of age, okay? Sound mind, prohibited degrees, okay? You add them. But each marriage has that distinctive prerequisite. Okay. So now, they presume that the prerequisites all are okay. Then we want to go for celebration. How is this marriage celebrated? We say that when you are looking at celebration, we look at time, place, the person who officiates this. So now let us look at celebration. How do we celebrate this? And also witnesses. How do we celebrate a church marriage? We start with the time. Okay? Time. What does the law say, council? Yes, council. About time of celebrating. Okay, it is 8 to what time?
6 p.m.
8 to 6 p.m. So when you are given facts, okay, when this marriage was contracted, not within the range of time, that marriage is null and why? At the time of starting this marriage, it was already null and void. Okay? Are we together? Then after time, we look at place of celebration. Okay? Place of celebration. When you look at the act, it says it should be celebrated in a licensed. Okay? I'm sorry to use this example. I may offend or I may not. Okay? Who has ever seen Pastor Bujimbo officiating any marriage from his place? So his place is not licensed to officiate marriage. So we can't celebrate marriages from Canaan land. Okay? Have you ever seen Pastor Wilson Bugembe's church? Not him. Pastor Wilson Bugembe's church officiating any marriage? Why? They are not licensed. But go to P5. They have what to call mass wedding. What is that? Okay? Then, after a licensed place, but who has ever seen that rule has exceptions? Okay? Just this church here at Kavuli. Okay? Pastor who? Zitsenyong. Yes. Okay? Who has ever seen marriages celebrated by Watoto? One of the best marriages. Church marriages. These guys are lit. Okay? But do they celebrate their marriages from church? Anywhere. You know why? So that rule has exceptions. You should be in possession of what we call a special license. So Watoto has what we call a special license for celebrating marriages outside their premises. That's why all their marriages, you find them at Africana, you find them at the lakeside, riverbanks, batch the builder. Okay, you get it? So they have that license. So if Pastor Senyonga wants to do the same, he should obtain that. Okay, so you get it. Okay, it's called a special license. When you possess that, you are allowed to celebrate a marriage outside the premises of church. Okay? Then another prerequisite is we have to ensure that the person officiating this marriage is a licensed one. Okay? A licensed minister. Again, basing on our examples, have you ever seen Pastor Bujingo officiating any marriage? Yes? Have you ever seen Pastor Wilson Mugembe officiating any marriage? Why? They aren't licensed ministers. You see the challenge we have? We have our churches deep down in the villages. Okay? Deep down in the villages. You find someone officiating a marriage from Glorious Jesus Christ over the moon, Victory Church. Okay? But when you look at this church, on the face of it, it is prima facie that the church isn't licensed. And people go on and officiate marriages in such places. But now what they have started doing, those churches, okay, those born again churches, what they do, they have a register of subscription. The way most do and these Catholic churches, because you can find Church of Uganda and Bali when they are subscribing to Church of Uganda here. When they're subscribing to Nyamirembe Cathedral, Rubaga Cathedral. But when it is deep down there, so that church is licensed. Same applies to mosques. You can find a mosque in Mbale when it's subscribing to Kibuli. So you can officiate from. So that now these born again churches are also decided to do that. They subscribe to P5. Pastor Kakande, but is he a licensed person? He's not licensed to officiate marriages. Have you ever seen any? You think he doesn't want to have Bagore? You get it? So you should see that here, marriages from this place. Okay? So you have to put that into consideration. Yes?
License to officiate marriage outside church. I thought that the minister who is licensed gets a particular license for that particular marriage, not a license.
You first get for the church itself and yours as a person. And yours as a person. So the church, if it wants to go outside church for swagarific marriages, they get what we call a special license.
But it expires.
It expires.
Yes, that's what I'm talking.
Okay, it expires. Okay. To that marriage. But about what of both? Because it specifies where, time, and everything. But about it, it's going. Okay. For watoto. I'm not certain about that. Okay. The time of marriage. Okay. The time of marriage. The time within a marriage should be celebrated because it specifies the date. So they give you a license for that specific date. Okay. Yes, thanks.
Special license. Can I apply for a special license to celebrate marriage outside church?
No, not allowed. Just for the place. Okay. So then another thing we look at is witnesses. Marriages should be witnessed. Say church marriage. How many witnesses are required? They are 2 or more. 2 or more. Okay? 2 or more. So now we presume that this marriage has been celebrated, right? And now you are in. What evidence do you have that you've conducted a marriage? So then that means after officiating this marriage, you'll get what we call marriage certificate. So after getting the marriage certificate, what do? Then you proceed and register within what time? 6 months. Yes, but does non-registration invalidate that marriage? You are only given a penalty for late registration. Okay? Yes? No, all marriages, non-registration doesn't invalidate. Okay? It does not. After church, you have to go to the registrar and register that marriage as well. Yes, sir. Yes, they have to. But in practice, the law gives you the obligation. But in practice, churches and they do it. Okay? So that's where we are. We've celebrated our marriage. Now let's go to what we call civil marriages. You should be able to distinguish between church. On the face of it, these marriages look slightly the same, but they have what we call distinctive features. The features are basically on time and prerequisites. The specific prerequisites in a civil marriage are a bit different. In a civil marriage has more specific prerequisites. Okay? So the first prerequisite is you shouldn't be in any subsisting marriage. Okay? That one we all know. Then the second one, you should have stayed in the marriage district for at least 15 days preceding to your marriage. You see this Vasama. They come here, they tell you to come out to gain now. They come 2 weeks. They stay there, they go to the registrar, they get married. When the fool is marrying the sister, when they get USA, they cause chaos and they divorce. And everyone parts ways after getting the green card. Okay? So now you get it. So you should have stayed in the marriage district for at least 15 days. Then the third one, yes, that's celebration, prerequisites. You should be in possession of what we call a certificate of approval. Okay? You should have with you a certificate from the registrar, okay, of marriages, proving that you have satisfied all the prerequisites of a valid marriage before you celebrate that marriage. Okay? Before you start the small issue, you notice you should have that certificate. It proves that one, you are not in prohibited degrees. You've stayed in the marriage district for 15 days. Then you have sound mind, you have majority age. Everything is listed under that section. Okay? So you get, how do we prove? You swear what we call a statutory declaration. You declare all that information and you attach the evidence that you have. So once the registrar goes through it, then they issue with what we call that the certificate of approval. You've been approved that now you can enter into marriage. So once you've been approved, that's when you go for what we call notice of marriage. Now we start notifying us that sawa yonna ivakuchi vakuja. Okay, ngenda mu contract. Okay, ngenda kucheyo. Okay, so you get it. So you see that the prerequisites are unique. Okay, but people fail to distinguish civil and church because on the face of it they look to be the same. Okay, so you get in all of that you can't differentiate the two. One of all was solar. Then once you start again, yes, and the Holy Spirit disappears. Okay, and mark this. You see, you saw the performance of predecessors. Okay, it isn't good. Okay, but those who made it, we were there with them yesterday. Always. I always tell you this, always make you pass the bar course. I told your predecessors that the final exam, ejja kudda ng'olina 6 otyenensi. 6. Okay, oh, hey, 6. People have 8. They have 10. But they passed with at least a 52. But the bridge was porous. The final exam is hard. And the way they mark it, 4 panels. The first group they will mark, another one they will mark. This is a standard institution. Once they release results like this, they have done it all. They have done it all. I saw yabakuwa paper for verification. Nandiridde. Wallahi nawe nolaba nga byewawandiika ate wali totegeera. Because at this time you are in a better position. Yeah, you've seen Kodelaka. You are like one coach. Nolaba nga SPs wawandiika mpu nga bas underlining nako weranga naye. Yeah. Nebanda bantu nakoze verification netaaga kuba. You get out smart, you know, temuli. Wallahi temuli. Kangene ko supplementary. No to kayo, and I still supplementary. You don't wait next year, but so the final exam, my dear, getting a 25 in that paper, you need the Holy Spirit. The final exam, the written exam, obo jiraba nyango najua kujja mu maka. I'm telling you this. So the failure rate, why it is a bit high, the final exams were hard. We are going to do them, but because it's a past paper, you'll see as if it is. But now I'm joking and realize never had to. Why it to 90% back from come out. They told me that class Coca Cream Nakazeti Kadani. In a discussion to Gambanga with you, you're going to see them, they're going to join us. Okay? They will tell you. But you do your part, but always. So when you are preparing, a man you taking a machine, a man you want, okay? Or you have 10 discussion groups, it is okay. You are strengthening your mindset before you enter that room. You will cry and you will come out, you go back, they hammer you again. Okay? Even if you faint, they will wait for you. They give you another question. You're just joking because it is your day. So when we are dealing with these sessions, the reason why I said we are not so much that interested in writing, yeah? We want to understand those, because these oral questions, they come from things that you can't even concentrate on. Okay? Things you can't even concentrate on. Imagine they ask you the difference between civil and church marriages. What else? Okay? But you did the work, you have it. Ogenda kusoma civil marriages or marriages in mass. Okay? They just stand the question like this. Wallahi oyingira ogambe munno bambuza differences between civil and church marriages. Ako siramu olina omukisa. Ayingire bakadde awa yes bamusabetanga ngakakaluba. But why? You know the differences. You've been reading, but the way you concentrate on those small petty things, you don't have that concentration. The people who ask these questions, they are so legit. They know where to hit and they know when you can't ask. I'm very sure. Unless the Holy Spirit is with you. That's why I'm telling you guys, pray. Okay? So let's proceed. So at this point, we have contracted our marriage. So we've seen, now we are on our civil marriage. We've seen its prerequisites. So we want to celebrate our civil marriage. So again, when you are celebrating, you look at time, place, who, and witnesses. So starting with who officiates a civil marriage? The registrar of marriages. Company. So, but when you are dealing with this, okay, under civil marriages, each district, Uganda is divided into what we call marriage districts. Each district has a registrar of marriages, and the registrar is a public servant, and this public servant is known as the cow. So at each and every district, the cow is the registrar of. So ask yourself, at what time does this marriage? Okay, between what time? Between 10 to, okay, 10 to why? That's the time when public offices are open. So they will give you facts, okay? When the marriage was contracted at 5:30, a civil marriage, this is not Muhammadan or customary, okay? Because in Muhammadan, it is Bada Aswi, okay? Okay? You end up okay, but that is it. Okay, so they will give you facts when you need to put emphasis to ascertain the time. So whenever you have facts where they have put time, please think. Okay, then after the time of celebrating, we've seen who, okay, and where, because it's celebrated in the registrar's office. But when you look at that, they say in the registrar's office during open doors. What do you understand by open doors, Council? When the doors are widely open. They mean during the day. Okay, should be during the day. Okay, because when the day comes, you open the doors, not so. That's why it's called. Okay, that's why it's called open doors. Okay, then we have witnesses. Okay, how many people witness a civil marriage? 2. This one has not, it has no more. Okay, it has 2. Okay, the others have 2 or more. This one has 2. Why? The registrar's office is small. Okay, it is small, so it's always the bride, the groom, okay, and the 2 witnesses. Okay, that is the matron and the day. So the rest mugulabire ku status. Okay, the rest mugulabire ku chi. So now you saw we've celebrated these marriages, 4 of them. So we are left with 1. Okay, we talked about them. Didn't we talk about the notices in the first? Okay, on the prerequisites, we talked about a notice in prerequisites. But again, there is another challenge. Okay, we have circumstances where a non-citizen is getting married. Put emphasis on that area, the category of notice that is required. Okay, the category, the notice, it may not be the normal notice, because the law went very clear on that. Okay, the law was so, why did they point it out? Okay, that means it's an area of emphasis. So when you're reading your act, please pay attention to those dots. Okay. So we have the last marriage. Women know this marriage. Okay, Ama Aisha, you don't know the last category of marriage you've not looked at. The Hindu marriage. You don't know the Hindu marriage. Okay. These ladies watching marriages every day. Okay, but women wait for my but these guys keep the remotes to watch those funny soaps. Okay, so that type of marriage is rarely examinable. Okay, because it is not our marriage. So now, upon you realizing that marriage is a contract per se, and we all know that a contract creates duties and obligations. So what are the duties and obligations of these parties to this marriage? Once you enter into marriage, so what are your obligations? Or you enter marriage for fun? Okay, so duties and obligations. The first duty is a duty to give conjugal rights. That's the first one, to give conjugal. That duty has brought a number of questions. It has a heated debate whether we have marital rape or not. Okay. Netutandika okukkaanya ku ekyo, abakyala bayinza okutuula eri ne bakubawo n'ekituufu. Okay, how ne baasanawo when we are arguing on that position whether there is marital rape or not. Many will say no. Women will always say yes, it's there. Go and bring that argument in the premises of Uganda Women Lawyers Association. Oh, they can even draft pleadings there and then. Okay, so the question we need to determine, okay, because some write-ups say that upon marriage you have given free and unequivocal consent to conjugal rights. You don't have a right to say no. But others say that since it is a contract based on mutual understanding of both parties, it is not conclusive that you have given an unequivocal consent to conjugal rights. So that means it should be a discussion that should it happen or it should not. Okay. Right? I don't know. Okay. So when you look at that, it is an obligation. It's a duty of the parties in marriage. Okay. Then another duty, a duty to maintenance. Okay, it's a duty. As a right to dear. Okay, it's a duty. Now, what beats my understanding? When you look at the law, we have Article 21. Not so? Who told you that it should be meant to maintain women? Is it under the law? Yes? Yes? Which law says that a man is the head? Because when you read Article 31, it says men and women of majority age have a right to form a family, and they are entitled to equal rights during and at, underline the during. We are in the during the marriage. Why is it that it's only men who maintain women? Isn't that a breach of the law? We are talking about the law. Leave the Bible and the Quran alone. Here we are lawyers, and lawyers are non-believers by them. Don't read so hard. I'm telling you, when you read so hard, you never believe in religion, because religion is belief without reasoning. That's how lawyers say that religion is belief without. Once you start reasoning, that is the end of you. You will start asking yourself, when you take a loudspeaker, so you'll start varying and you become a non-believer there and then. So now, So we have a duty to be maintained. Okay? A duty to be maintained. Then another duty, the things women love. That's a right. You have a right to share property. It's a duty you have to share. Okay? Hey, upon dissolution, share habitual. Okay, because it comes with an order of court. It's a right and a duty at the same time. Okay. Then another duty, a duty to maintain custody of children. A duty to maintain custody of agane tujaba musibako by force. Okay. A duty. Do you have any other duty? I know rights mumanyi. Okay, that's it, right. It is a fiduciary, it's called a fiduciary duty. Okay, a fiduciary duty. But that is at common law, not under the law, but you can include it for means of surviving. Okay, now let's look at what we call rights. What rights accrue as marriage? The first right. Yeah. The right to matrimonial property. Yeah. On that. Property now, So, but what you do, once you give that answer, over with the you, how do we do that? Say one, a right to give spousal consent under Section 39 Land Act and Section 5 of the Mortgage Act. Section 39 of the Land Act and Section 5 of the Mortgage Act. Then another right, you have a right to security of occupancy under Section 38. Okay? Because once you say matrimonial property, or baja kusabezi, omanchova wekozi. Okay? Okay? 38, security of occupancy. Then, Land Act, security of occupancy. Then, you have a right to divorce. Because you've entered into marriage. Can you divorce something that is not there? You have a right to divorce. Okay? So that means it's not until death do us. Okay. Then another one, you have the right for separation. Oh, now oli muntu okowa muko. Natogobye okowa mukatono. Haji no ngama haji. Tawaseko mugamba ki. But by Islam allows separation. But the separation should be indoor. Lubarusirika naye baba. Sabanga omusiramu n'atakola separation. Siramu kugamba one osula wansi ate omukyala alina sula wagonda. Yasula bubuliri. Bw'olina sula wansi. That separation in Islam. And the separation comes with maintenance. Okay? Then another right, you have a right to share property upon divorce. Because Article 31 says you are accorded equal rights during and at the dissolution. So you have a right. Okay? Then for women, a right to be given alimony. Alimony. Why don't you do research on that act? You criticize that act as someone who did research on the Companies Act and it was amended. Okay. Yes, another right. A right to conjugal rights. I cancel. You are gonna source. Cancel. I can be no so. A right to conjugal rights. Okay. Ya mugaso nnyo. Guys, are you married? Huh? Guys, are you married? Don't you enjoy conjugal rights? Huh? So why do you want the right when you enjoy it? You only gave yourself the right. Okay, so now you see the rights are very simple. So now, in circumstances where these duties are not fulfilled, or the rights have been violated, what remedies do you have? So that takes us what we call remedies during the subsistence of the marriage. Yes, sir. Actually, that right is discretionary. Okay, it's discretionary. It is discretionary. Okay. Some, because actually me, I don't believe in that. Okay. You know why Islam says that Islam allows our children to adopt our names? That's why you say you may, for example, we had when I was before understanding the meaning of certain words in Arabic. Now we had a girl at school. She was called Bint Juma. So I was like, now why is she called Bint Juma? In Luganda it means Mwalawa Juma. So the word Bint means daughter. Okay? In Arabic it means Bint. So that's why you see most of the Muslim girls, you find them, she's called Hassan Bint. You get? Okay? They adopt their father's names. Ebisigadde gwomanyi. Kati bonna ogattako erinnya lyo kiba kifaanana bubi nnyo. Omuzadde tebamugeraageranyako kintu kyonna, tewali kimwenkana. So that's why in Islam it is always prudent. Once you give birth, okay, to your children, let them adopt your name. Only it is okay. Very okay. When you go to our brothers who come from Bongo, okay, the Nubians, they don't have surnames. They don't have, okay. If you've dealt with them, they don't have surnames. You find someone, Shamira Zainab. They okay with everything. Okay. Shamira beat Ali. It is okay. Okay. So that right counsel is, can I give you an example? You know a lady called Nabira Nagai, Sempala. Is she married to that Sempala now? You saw the problems happened. Where will she take that name? Where will she take that name? But just say with Nabira Nagai Sempala. You joke with this country, God. Okay. We have Amelia Chambade. You know where Chambade is? Okay. Did he come out of prison? He was arrested as a judgment data. But when the wife who carries the name is a millionaire, never joke with that gender. Okay. Now imagine you are making someone popular. Who knows Kazi? Okay. Specials are one Kazi. Kazi, where the husband is? Who has ever seen Kazi? You just read the case of Kazi versus Kazi. Not so. Now you get it. So you, instead of uplifting your father's name, you find someone from nowhere, from deep down in Chazanga Masaka, and you adopt this person's name. Why? Okay? Keep your family in generations. Okay? Yes, so that right is not discretionary. And I don't agree with it at all. Okay? So then, we've said that we want to look in circumstances where these rights have been violated or the duties have not been fulfilled. What remedies do you have? Okay, what remedies do we have? So in family law, when it comes to that period, we have 3 remedies. The first one is what remedy do you have where you've been denied conjugal rights? It is an application for institution of conjugal rights. Council, what is about? Okay. It is by way of a petition. All matters in the Children's Act, in the marriage sector, are by way of a petition. You look at section 33. Nonsense. Okay, it is okay. So all matters under that act, the Marriage and Divorce Act, are by way of a petition. So don't risk talking about a notice of motion. Okay. So now, Council, what grounds will you put in your petition that it doesn't count? Okay. Whatsoever not to proceed in chambers. Okay. Okay. However ready you are, does not enter appearance. You've summoned him on numerous occasions. Yes. Okay. So you get it. But under the current legal regime, that order is not applicable. Why? It is looked at as something which is not upright in the society. An order of restitution of conjugal rights. It is there, but how many cases have you read on it? That the society we are dealing with, it is unethical. Okay? Okay, so we live with that remedy. So we have another remedy known as separation. Known as separation. Now, please take time and understand separation. They will give you facts. When these facts are ending in succession. Okay? But in between there will be separation. And this person marries another person. If you are not sober, you may come to the conclusion that during this, okay, that separation. And they also give you facts, because you see when they are setting this exam, the final exam, question 1 in a family. Family yenna. No, there is an exam. Question 1. Every married family yenna. Question emu wait. Etandikira mu marriage, negenda mu children, negenda mu separation, negenda mu divorce, negenda mu succession. Okay? So olina okunoonya bwejja n'otambula nga yekomyewa. Yekomye mu succession. Nebamaliza nga bakubuuza question 1. Who is the appropriate person to apply for letters of administration? What property? Okay, kanoka what property? Basobola okukaleetera mu separation. Remember, the property attained during separation is not matrimonial. Kati gwe ne bagikuwa, this guy is separated, n'agula kino na kino. Kati gwe n'ojja n'odduka bo discussing estate of the deceased, you include it. Katoliko total what of deco. But it will be hard for you to tell that this question is testing property attained during lwachi etandikidde mu marriage, nejja negera mu children, negera mu separation, neddayo bwetyo noga naye go amaaso gatadde ku succession gyekoma wano wakati wonna oba olinamu issues ngezi ng'okubya ebbali. Okay, so this, it is something you need to put emphasis on. So separation, they can also ask you in orals, what's the effect of separation? Or they say differentiate between divorce and separation?
Separation is either by agreement, whereby when you agree, separation, when you agree, it's a contractual. You agree on the terms of separation, either to stay together or not to stay together. Who's going to have custody of the children? Who's going to take care of the property if you have any?
You're not talking about divorce. I need to give us, you know how they say when they say differentiate, say, whereas here and here.
Divorce, you go to court and you get divorced there. And
So you can't go to court for separation. Hey.
okay. With the separation, agree and separate.
Can't you do consent in divorce? I myself have ever done consent in divorce.
Yes.
Is that an agreement?
Yes. But the grounds are different.
Are you sure? The grounds of divorce and separation, should we read the law?
The consent. I missed the consent.
So Council, give us the distinction between divorce and separation. Okay. 1, divorce occurs where the marriage is irrevocably broken down, whereas separation occurs where the marriage is not irrevocably broken down. That thinking that Hajj can change, it is a clear indication that this marriage is not irrevocably broken down. Hajj akyayagala Haji ojamu watarako omunyonyo awaji yanonyewo akugamba Hajj asobola okukyusa. What does that mean? Hajj tumukangemu, okay, kikanzireke waka. Separation, okay. Then 2, in separation, it is only suspension of marital obligations. Okay, marriage still subsists, but the marital obligations are suspended temporarily, and not all actual, because maintenance remains there. Okay, so you get it. Then in divorce, okay, all the marital obligations are not even suspended. They are terminated. I no longer have an obligation to you, woman. Okay. So when you look at them, those things are different. Very. Okay. So now, what is separation? Now, what to define separation? This is the temporary suspension of some of the marital obligations. How does it occur? It occurs in 2 circumstances: by separation agreement or by judicial separation. Council Kakaya, this is your question. Pastor Mbonye of Mbonye Ministries, okay, is married to his beautiful wife, Janati Mbonye. Okay. You are close friends on one of the dinners he organized. He has told you that he's facing some challenges at home. He no longer understands his wife. He does the following. 1, because she was appointed a group for overnight prayers. 2, when Janet receives her salary, she speaks at the top of her her voice. Then 3, Janet has become so aggressive. She's no longer the woman he thought she was. However, as a man of God with a public figure, he feels like he needs a remedy out of this stressful marriage. Proceed. You are advising the big man, prophet, the prophet. The same man, a prophet, but why? Okay. Hey, proceed and advise. Mbonye. Mr. Baran, at the same time. Why opting inspirational agreement?
The difference is that if they are consensual, they can be consensual.
They don't want to commit.
And they don't
They have told you because he's a public figure. That's the reason. Okay. I told you, whenever they give you a question, there is an indicator to the right answer. This one is said, Prophet Mbonye. Tell you a prophet about government. Okay. When you talk about Prophet Mbonye, here you start recalling that has a magical shoe. You start on his shoe, kiss on it, and blessings just okay. So like River Nile. Okay. People go say, why are you putting on glasses? Bring them here. Breaks them. Go and see. Jesus is Lord. Okay, you get it? Why? Okay, this guy is a public figure. So what does this mean? He doesn't intend his affairs to go public. So that means it should end between him and. So that is the indicator that it is a separation agreement between only them. So now, from that very ground, okay, what are the grounds? From the facts I've given you, what are the grounds for separation? Now they can ask you, counsel, give us the similarities between separation and divorce. Are they similar at any time? What is the similarities? What are the similarities?
Some rates.
Does divorce suspend or it extinguishes? So that is a distinction. But they have something in common. What are the grounds for? The grounds for divorce are the grounds for separation. Okay? Yes, but it's separation also. The question was open. Okay? Yes. Because the facts I've given you, that was plurality. Gomani, in one of the sermons of one of our famous sheikhs, Sheikh Burhan Mohsin Chiti, he says that, because I was in his sermons over the weekend, he says that, was telling us, when you get married, if you want peace, okay? If you want peace at home, okay? Make sure that your woman is happy. Why? Okay, if you want peace, actually here, okay? If you want peace, here and after, first things first, make your woman happy. Okay? And how? He says, we have men who say singa situka waka. Okay? Because he knows once he knocks like this, they say, hey, say o mama okomyewo. Kulikayo, what will say where away no. You get it? So that is a turn off. So every time when this man is leaving work, you start thinking banana. Oh, mama nakanja kujali omukaza kuma. Okay? So when you escort this gentleman, era ngendo gula walo kumbe tayina na yagamba wenkonera ku lujoro nenkoko na azise. You see, you don't have peace, but why? She's not. So they told us make them happy. Okay? And they told us that you see, Allah is the best knower of everything. The reason why Allah created marriage is a source of peace. Because the Quran says that, oh, you Muhammad, when they ask you about marriage, tell them, marry those that please you, that your right hands possess. So that mutunole kwa gamba hajat mashallah muwase. Na urozu kawa na mtunolako. Noga akuongera mahari. Na kila kumachana na yambala na mwongera mahari. Why? The Quran says, marry those that please you. The essence of that is to find peace. So where you don't find peace, Islam says, let it go. Because marriage is so. That's why in Islam, a woman can initiate divorce. You just wake up very early. And for the women, it's very simple. That's why in Islam, they told us one of the indicators is kusaba mahari gasobola kuzza. I have a colleague, yaita yagala guy, namugamba njagala mahari ga myezi 5,000. 5,000. Why? Nkajja ne masimu nenda kusindikira ne sida. Islam mahari go galabye. Ka message yo kafunye myezi. That is Islam. And Islam is so good to women that if you don't find peace, what are mahari ge yakuwa ogateke kumezo mga Islam. Bye. But for men, you have to go through the entire process of like 5 months to divorce this woman. And at the end, you will fail because fulfilling those duties during that divorce period, the 3 pronouncements, my dear, Olemwa. No, you said Taraka, you wait for 1 month. But within that 1 month, buli kimunga wabadde kimuwa ate onokera omutoneko omubuzi haja tose bulungi oli bulungi kuba be Uganda wa buzi. So when you go through the right process of Daraka, you can't Taraka. But their process is very cheap. Why? They are source of peace. So, as of that, okay, where give you and anything stabilizes your peace, it is a ground of divorce, which is kulwaliti. Bw'omanya okulowooza ku musajja okukuba, olaba oloota buloosi ng'akusonze mugamba musiraamuzo si kyokoze wallahi nkulabye nkulabye osaba badde nkuba osaba just mere thinking of it. Some of you are omusajja okwagala omusajja omugagga nga kuba. Now why? Sikaki sikasente. Why? because you can't omusajja namusonga maka ayinza okukwata omusajja namugalambiza namutwala gwe ekiddira you get it? Now look at Aisha. So you get it. In orals, about sex, they will look at you. Yes, there is a colleague who has given a question, okay? This question, I never done. Ono yajita, neya soka ne mulema, nenga gotegererawo, okay? Not that over mono, no, but you think between lines. Everything that stabilizes a peace of mind in marriage, and they know the gist of stabilizing peace is sex. So that's why they rotate around, and they know you people, because the panel is basically full of women. Muti okwogera so bakikubuuza nga bakyabusinya zenjogerenja you a man ne bakubuuza ekibuuzo ng'abakazi bali aba sijjati ne weebuzaabuza endakika ne zikola ki ne bakuwazira. Yes, okay, yes, there is someone who has asked that counsel, you've been approached by your best friend. You've been studying with him for so long. He had never gotten married. But he found this love of his life, love at first sight. They dated for 2 months and they gotten married. This marriage was consummated on the day of marriage. However, he was disappointed on the following grounds. Now, Council, what you laughing? Okay, he was disappointed on the following grounds. 1, the size of the sexual organ of this woman was extremely wide. Every time he thinks of having conjugal rights with her, it destabilizes his mind. He said, I kept myself for my entire life, and I ended up with a disappointment. Advise him. Yes? Hey, so you thought it's only men who have funny sexual organs? Eh? So you see, this man is traumatized. So that means he doesn't enjoy conjugal rights. So that means he's going through some psychological riot. I would not want. So why did you get cured before you got married? Eh? There is a saying which says that let me leave it. I saw this meme on WhatsApp. So it says that even that the pothole on the road, it starts as a small one, but the more the cars bypass it, it becomes, and at the end of the day, they start deassociating. God will never forgive social media. Okay? So you get it. So for you may look at the question in orals. How old are you? Because I gave him my ID, a record date of birth. Nemugamba, I'm 25 years. So that means you're an adult. Yes. Give me legal importances of sex. Then so come back to wakati zenzire muki. Ngolina okuwa answer. Naye bwe natandika okwogera nakala nenjogera ebitali mu act. Kala nga musiraamu. Answer zo zireke. Why? The more you feel shy, you're not going to talk. Ononya max. So don't get shy. Whatever the way the question comes, you think between lines. Okay? So mark that. Yes? But people have the answers already here. Yes. Okay? You get it. So when it comes to separation, we said you have two types of separation. We have judicial separation and then separation by agreement. Okay? So we know how judicial separation operates. It is by way of a petition on grounds of desertion for a period of 2 years without unjustifiable excuse. Then we have adultery and then cruelty. But when it comes to separation by agreement, what we are interested in, the contents of a separation agreement. Let me first ask you, is this agreement a public document or not? So why did you put the Republic of Uganda?
It is not.
Yes? All documents that have the Republic of Uganda are public documents. I'm very sure Mujirina separation agreement, the Republic of Uganda. It's not a public document. So what do you balabe past Mulamba? You ask him what is going through. Because of just something small like this, that you ask him how he feels, how the society is judging him. So how, Pastor Jim? Okay? So now, when we are drafting this separation agreement, one, remember we said marriage is a contract. Okay? And this agreement emanates from which law? So that means you can start either with the mother law, where this agreement comes from is in the matter of the Marriage and Divorce Act. Then you say, and in the matter of the Contracts Act. Then you say, in the matter of a separation agreement. Okay? Then you start, who are the parties to this agreement? You say, this agreement is between Aisha and Bidandi Jeff. Okay? Then you say this. So now remember, it should be from your free will, not so. You get a clause that shows the consent of the will from their mind. So I will say, whereas the first party is lawfully married to the second party, and they are both desirous of suspending some of the conjugal rights, it is hereby agreed as under. Then you start your paragraphs. Then you list the rest. Okay? You get it? You list the rest. The issue of the date can be up or can be at the end. Okay? It can be up at the starting point or at the end. Because some people say this agreement is made this day of this and this between so and so. Okay, and then you start. Others, they put it down and say dated at Kampala. This, you get, it's just at. So after you've shown us that these guys, their minds are set, okay? That whereas so and so, then what are you guys agreeing upon? First things first. Tontabala, which clause is that? Damcasta clause. You know men are funny. Aja kubira ku mukago ogw'ekiro ye bannange ensiri ewa muziraba zimukwatirako wa. You tell this woman siniga ku kifaananyi ky'omwana n'agenda mu gallery n'anoonyaayo ekifaananyi ng'alina omwana omwana ng'ali mabega nnyo ate gwali mu maaso wano. Women are funny. Okay, so that is the Doncaster clause. Okay, tontabaala tonneeyogerezaako, don't sweet me. Okay, leave me alone. Okay, then after the Doncaster clause, this marriage is still subsisting. Should you have sexual intercourse outside marriage? So which clause is that? Non-molestation. Teweeyisayisa ku buwala ng'obuteekateekako emitwe n'enkusanga nkuba ggwe. Okay? Okay? Now, remember this is marriage. In marriage we get children. So ask also, who is going to be with custody? Then include custody of children. Okay? Custody of children. Abakyala abamu abaana abatwala nga kyakulwanyisa naye musaaga tujja babalekera. Okay? Kasamba n'abaana shia musiraamu ajja kujja anytime. Ayagala nnyo abaana benze mu mayi. Naye onoba n'abaana omusajja takuba ssimu. Wiiki neggwako ey'okubiri nejja taata Ibula tava nno nga yasazeewo. Musajja nga takuba ssimu. Because he thought if you go with the children, this man will come. Abasajja bakuwe ennaku zino. Tajja kuba ssimu ng'atandika okukuba. Tootunone gwe naani? Abaana kanti n'omuntu abanone driver ajja bano gira obeerayo twayagala kugenda. Okay, and nona abasajja bayaaya. Nyaba abaana tebaasome ate abaana baneereeta bokka ne maama ajja kujja. So it is a case to case basis. Yes, because it's not a public document. Yes. Okay, so now another thing, we've agreed whole men with custody of banabana tebali mayinja. Then we go to what we call maintenance. They have to be maintained. Twetaaga ssente. These women are funny. Ze singa sibana singa oyo omusajja sibi. Bamuleke olaba banaafa. Kyokka basinga oyongerako obwongezi. It beats our understanding. Okay? So then also after talking about maintenance, or why, for how long should this thing happen? Talk about time. Okay? Okay, there's a coco gamsira. Kalemize vidimala. The duration of this separation. Okay? Olabo malayo wiki bili. Nga taata wabala takuba kasimu nga ne bannange buno obusajja gwa bijjo bulina omukazi. Nanobye nga amanya anaakuba. Takuba kyokka nina abaana be. Nga Madina kubira ku taata Ibula. Naye taata Ibula amukubira amasimu akwata agava ewammwe. Kumbe taata Ibula bw'atuuka ewaka nga tebera wali. Naye oba leero ndyeki? N'omusanga ng'asitisa amagi ataddemu obusaagi asaliddemu enjanja green pepper ne bimulema n'abirikaawo. Ne bibeerawo. Enkera n'akomawo n'amata n'anywa n'ateeka naye okulaba wano sigenda kusobolawo. Maama Ibula abaana tebaasoma kyokka bali mu holiday. Holiday yakatandika musiraamu. Ale neerabidde kaale. But literally is telling you, Bambi. Okay, you get it. So that time you have to specify. But sometimes you may agree on time. Not to go on ye. Abana betega. Ngato kimanyo inaya mwetega. Ngana. Sajjo no kita. Ola mwetegera wano nadda wanze. You say the banga inayogerako chi. Then so how should we deal with this time? Then you go for what we call variation. What kind of kanzireyo. So you can vary the time. Nekola chi? Ngowulira kaweza akakola chi? Keeko. Then also we need what things terminate this? Okay, then you can also talk about termination. We can terminate it by bino tubiveeko bya kisiru ne Bible tebikkiriza. Gwe walabako Maria nga yawukana ne Josefu. Tubikole ki? Tubiveeko bya kisiru. Mu Quran mulimu separation eno bweti. Teriyo. Mama Ibula tudewa. You by or we have acts. Okay? That's because remember, custody sigomulina. You include visiting hours. Okay? So you come, unfortunately, you visit and it starts raining. Okay? Ojira no tura omuntebe. Okay? Okay? At the end of the day, you have sexual. It is now you are in breach of the first clause. So you include the circumstances that terminate. Okay? So you can terminate by agreement or by any of the acts that you can mention there under. Then what clause is missing? Very simple. But gojirabanga enene nnyo enzibu okuba. Why? Why you say that it is hard? Because you don't know separation. But once you read separation of Tegera, what can go out of your mind, to be honest? Okay? Then you also include property obtained during separation. Okay? So, then after that, you date and sign the agreement. Okay? And once you sign, it becomes binding. Okay? So, we know divorce. We're not going to talk about divorce. But, okay, you yourselves. Okay? Drawn the bag. Where do we find it? You said drawn the bag. The documents that go drawn and filed, those are pleadings of court. Okay? So now, there is a question I was asked. Okay? Because I was the last person. Bangerezako bambi. Kuba ezimu zaagaana omanyi evening oyingira either bakubuuza nga bakwejjako oba ne bakuwa ebyangu. Kati ate bw'okeerayo ennyo osanga bakyaliko either neema oba nga bakuwewulira akatumu. Kati Katonda akubeera bubeezi. Oyinza okukeerayo ku makya ne bakwapya n'ovaayo ng'obadde test suit super always nzibu. Ate ne banootuukayo nga tebanneeteeka ne bakugamba tukubuuzeewa. Okay, but that is the worst. Whenever they ask you choose the topic, please don't choose. Bajja kwabya. Remember, when you choose a topic, the presumption is you understand that topic in its entirety. Bajja kukuwa ekibuuzo omyoke n'amaaso. Kanso bakugambye obimanyi. Tuwe. Bakuwe question ssatu zonna mu topic egi. Wallahi nga tokwatamu n'emu. Ogenda bagamba ki? Si gwe yeerondeddewo? Waliwo gwe bagamba yeerondera topic yesetingira ekibuuzo akyeddemu. Oba olaba kyangu. Bw'oba oli wano. Okay? So when that comes, take you always muzira bange. Naye otuuka munda wanaga kanso weebuuze ate wewe answer. Ne weebuuza question ogotandika okugera answer nga ne answer ogirabye. Question ogirabye gye weebuuzizza. No weebifu. Okay, so sabasabi Allah n'akola ki? N'akuwa ekirungi. Okay? So then question. I was given two questions. Question yasooka yannema. Bangamba, give 5 orders that are as a result of divorce. 5 orders that are as a result of divorce. Okay? So the first one is an order of maintenance. Okay? Another one is custody. I want you to differentiate between custody and the Children's Act. Be specific. custody under the Marriage and Divorce. Custody is yes. What were in Children's Act? Neri mu Marriage Act. Okay, you say Marriage Act because we are specific. Okay, orders as a result of divorce in the marriage. So we have maintenance, we have custody of children, we have alimony, we have a decreeness and a decree absolute. As turn. Now you took out production warrant. Okay. No gamma parentage. Not going to talk with all those. Okay. Now where's the Nangamba? Okay. A supplement. Nangamba, give me orders that are granted by the High Court only in the Children's Act. Nayenga nchijukira. Jukira nali ntudde nkoye nze yasembayo. Nga n'obwongo tebukyako ng'enjala ennuma. Nayingira 11 kitundu. Nga bwe babuuza mpulira kyantamye edda. Nayogera orders zonna ze mmanyi mutwe yeeronderemu. Nga sisobola kutegeera essaawa eyo. Nga buli abaga bambuuza kino n'okinoonyaako n'ogamba nnaaje oba ntuuka ddi nze gwe baasembyayo. Okay, awo ku farm room is it DE? Before you get to the courtroom, which farm room is that? E. D. Awo nze yasembayo navaayo nyiize nze kalimu ero disa abaana bonna bagenze dda bambuza ebibuuzo biganye ne myuka ne puliiso ninga naye ka family okay ka family yeffe yasinga okunzibalira mu oros ninga ndaba bibambuuza bw'olaba byangu naye bw'oyingira wali ne bakikuwa kibula. Okay, you get it. So we've covered marriage and divorce. Okay, so whatever we've not hit above, please go back, revisit and beef up, because we are time bad. Beef up, okay, so that tomorrow we are looking at children in entirety. Okay, tomorrow we are looking at children in entirety, inshallah, and our IA. Tomorrow is Wednesday, not so. The IA is on Thursday. Okay, there is no moods in Kampala. Ziri Mbarara and Dira. I don't know, but Mbarara, these guys are proceeding. Okay, so let me bring this to an end. May God protect you, grant you knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. May the healing hand of the Almighty God be upon you. Whoever is suffering physically, mentally, emotionally, may the good Lord come and save you. Okay, may God enrich you. May God protect your families, your children, your wives and husbands. May God make them understand what you're going through here. And whoever is really sponsoring you, may God enrich their pockets, never to get dry. May God also make their hands so slippery in giving. Okay? So, may Allah protect us generally and keep us as a family. May Allah put us among those who are going to pass the bakos. We pray and say, Amen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.